Anthrax, For All Kings.
Anthrax.
Honestly, with this album, I can go either way. I'm leaning towards more of a coaster, and I don't like this album. I'm sorry to say that, but because I like Anthrax, but I don't like this album.
You know, I was really interested. I had an entirely different experience with this record than you had.
Let's explain both sides of this thing.
All right, so Anthrax is a band that's been around for a super long time. They're one of the big four. So in terms of what we're going to typically get from an Anthrax record, it's pretty much set in stone, and it's been that way for quite some time. The last couple of Anthrax records were but I find that this record has a breath of fresh air that's been put in its lungs, and they get that from former Shadows Fall guitarist John Donay. This record is a lot of things. It varies, and it has its slower spots and everything like that, and then it goes into higher level thrash kind of riffs and stuff like that. And it moves like you would expect an Anthrax record to have, but it just has a little bit more of an edge to it now. It's hard to explain, because usually when something like this happens and they replace the guitar player, right, that person will just kind of stay in the process of their writing. And what I noticed was that John, it doesn't seem like they did that. It seems like I can hear a lot, because I've been listening to Shadows Fall for so long. I can hear a lot of things that I know the way John writes at this point, and I can hear his influence very profoundly in a lot of the tracks. So he's just gonna melt your face off. He's gonna play a fuck ton of notes, and then you're gonna be like, wow. But he's very musical about it. A lot of the melodic ideas that are presented on this album, I can hear his influence in it. So it's not just he was the replacement guitarist. It's now this band has the influential brain of somebody that was able to write like that. I very much like a lot of the ideas, and some of them are basic. It's just it's Anthrax, but then you get that other side now too, where it's just something it's been metamorphosized into something with a lot more potential now. Also, I really like the record because I thought Joey sounded pretty good on it, and Joey sounded really good on it. But
so you're leaning towards more of the side that the album is good.
Yes.
I'm on the opposite side of that now, and I'll explain why. What I'll commend for this album is, I'll get the good out of the way first. The instruments sound great. The production is good on this album.
Yeah.
I'll commend it for that. And those are the two positive things. Except for, a few major complaints I have with that. Vocally...
You didn't like it?
Joey... It sounds like age is catching up to Joey. Joey's 55 or something like that. This album does not sound like what I know Anthrax to be. This album doesn't sound like Among the Living or Persistence of Time.
No.
It doesn't. It lacks what I know. It lacks really thrashy songs. Besides the lyricism, and it discusses social issues like thrash metal should. It's not fast. This record is not that fast like I expected it to be.
It's got some moments of it, but it's just not going to be.
I guess Evil Twin is the tempo's a little bit quick, but then it's
Evil Twin is an awesome song.
It's songs at the end of the record that just have bits and pieces where it's really fast, and then it just goes back into that chuggy stuff that is not what Anthrax is.
Yeah, well they're refining a little bit now. So now they're at a certain point you have to be advancing forward. They can't. They've been in that spot for so long, and this was. I welcome this change for them, because Anthrax is a band that could do a lot with this now, with this new writing style.
I just don't like what they're trying to be.
Yeah.
I think Anthrax is a band that should stick to their roots. You only get the little bits and pieces of really thrashy and upbeat tempo stuff All of Them Thieves and This Battle Chose Us are the only little bits and pieces of those songs are fast. And I guess Defend Avenge is okay, but it wasn't a good record for me.
I enjoyed it.
I want that. This album's a coaster for me. I hate to say that, but smite this man right here for saying this album's not good, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people were maybe trying to process how that it is different, but it does have its thrash moments.
It does, but not enough. I just don't like the way Joey sounds either.
Yeah.
Joey.
I mean, James Hetfield is arguably aged better than. I mean, but that's a different.
Yeah, but
vocal.
Joey, it just sounds like age has got to him.
Yeah.
Like just the way that he sings, just the way that he sings on the album, I just don't like it.
Well, who do you believe, me or him?
Discuss this now.
Now!